So many of the classic shredders have a trait where they love to use the index, middle, and pinky fingers whenever they do their runs. Take EVH for example. And of course there's Dimebag Darrell. And then there's Randy Rhoads. And even the king of neoclassical shred manages to fit this into his own blazing runs. He found a way to fit that pattern nice and neatly into the harmonic minor scale. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Because, like me, most people who sit down to learn how to shred in the neoclassical way tend to do it from the approach of the minor box position. Now, I remember as a youngster trying to do this, and I would take just the A minor scale and I'd turn it into harmonic minor just by raising the 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's fine in this octave, but then in the next octave, you've got this awkward note out here, this G sharp here. Or you can play it up on the B string and go. So either way, it's not very conducive to shredding. It's very hard to play nice, authentic, Swedish sounding runs from that position. And this is another vital trick that Yogurt Hand Cream worked out very early. And it's actually a trick that you can apply to all styles, not just neoclassical shred. So not only am I going to teach you how to shred in this position, I'm also going to show you the wide-ranging benefits to playing in this position by default. So today we're in E flat tuning. And you can get the tab that we're going to be using today from my website. You can download it for free from the free stuff section. Plus, you can also get this Amplitube preset that I'm using right now for free. So the shape is this. We're in the key of A minor and we're starting on the 12th fret. But this shape's a little bit different. We're actually going to start with a pinky and we're going to be thinking down below the 12th fret rather than above it. And we're going to go 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10, 12, 9, 10. So you can see a nice little pattern there. And that's where we use that great classic shred fingering of 1, 2, 4. It's just that we precede it with this note and we get 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now the real speed comes from economy picking this, but more on that in a moment because we've got to finish the scale. So we don't finish the scale like this because that would sound gross. So we flatten the index finger. So we get our C note, which makes it an A minor scale. So we have... So many of you theory buffs out there have probably noticed that there's something amiss with this scale. We have a G natural note and we have a G sharp note. You can't have both. Well, sure you can. Why not? Maybe if you wanted to play through it really slowly, it might sound a little bit funny, but this scale is for shredding. And when it's shred, it really pays to have smooth, repetitious figures as a part of your scale, even if it means having a pitch in there that maybe you didn't want. And it gets you from point A to point B, or in this case an E, really smoothly and elegantly in terms of the picking and the fingering. Eddie Van Halen had this trait too. He'd take licks and he'd add notes into the runs to make the runs more symmetrical or make them flow better, even if the note itself maybe was a bit crunchy against the chords in the background. Whereas many of us nerdy kids just sat there with the scale and we played it note for note thinking that as long as we stick in the scale, everything will be all right. But often that can actually slow you down. So to play this with economy picking, we go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down. Now this scale doesn't like alternate picking as much. It loves economy picking though. It flows beautifully with economy picking. And if you want to learn more about economy picking, then you should check out my Swedish Shred Secrets course. So I go into all this Swedish stuff and I show you how to play all the different kinds of neoclassical shred licks, like those big runs, the pedal tone licks, the sweep picking licks, the arpeggios, the 2-string arpeggios, the 3-string arpeggios, and the 5-string arpeggios, just to name a few. Plus a whole bunch more. So if you're interested in shredding like a maestro, check out Swedish Shred Secrets in the link below. So this is a really good starting lick for if you're just getting into economy picking. Just make sure to really sweep through the strings when you do that first down. If if you're struggling with it, then just stick with a small chunk and get that solid first. Now, one of the coolest things about this scale position is that it's easy to add to it. So at the start, often what we'll hear is we'll go down to the raised seventh. Now, the pinky and the ring finger don't play nice. So generally what we do instead is use the ring and the middle finger. And then we can just shift position. And we don't have to stay down here either. We can move up like this. So we went down, up, and then we're in this nice little shape. So this little position resembles the start of our A minor scale. So we have and it puts you in this perfect territory where you're able to play a bunch of other licks, like the pedal tone licks. Or this one. And then of course there's that sweep picking stuff. It's just a really good position to be in if you need to shred in a hurry. And if you need to change position up or down, then you can just use a single string run like. Or if you want to go up, you can do those ascending sevens like this. It's a versatile position to be in, especially if you're in the key of A minor, because here might feel a bit too low and here might feel a little bit too high. Whereas this is a nice kind of juicy part of the neck. So it can help take some of those awkward keys and make it feel more natural for the fingers. I was doing a gig with my yacht rock band the other night and we were doing Baby Come Back, and there's a long guitar solo in C minor at the end of it. And as the solo built up and I wanted to start to blaze a bit, I found that this position fit perfectly. And yes, even though that song is just in C minor as opposed to C harmonic minor, the raised seventh is not an issue, especially if you're playing fast. Guitarists often include notes from outside of the correct scale to great effect. So don't ever let that prevent you from thinking outside the box. It didn't stop the great players from doing it. So we've talked about the ascending version. Now it's time to talk about the descending version. So there's a few options here. If we just do the simple shape that we started with, it would look like this. So when we're descending through this shape, if we want to keep that pick slant where it is, then we can't use economy picking. And so to get around this problem, the Swedish maestro does this: down, up, pull off. So we have down, up, pull off, down, up, pull off, down, up, pull off, down, up, pull off. And that means that while you're doing that pull off, the pick has time to get to the next string and start all over again. But you have to do a lot more work when you're doing these pull-offs. Whereas when ascending, you can be quite relaxed with the fretting hand because the picking hand is doing all the work. So in terms of the picking, it's an entirely different mindset. So we can add extra notes as well. This is something that Yogurt does all the time. So we're starting up here, and then we do our down, up, down, up. So this is quite handy because it gives the fretting hand a rest. And then you can resume our down, up, pull off, down, up, pull off. And you can either end on the raised seventh or you can bend it up to the tonic. Now with this scale, you don't just have to start at one end and go straight through to the other end. You can really tread water as much as you like along the way. Just take each chunk and then loop it a few times like. And you can milk the scale for longer. You can make it last as long as you need so that you hit that target note, whether it's this note or that note or any other note, at the desired time. It's kind of like doing another block in the limousine so that you arrive at the party at the perfect moment. So if you're trying to learn to shred in that neoclassical style, this position is essential. It's a bit strange to start with, but once you see the benefits of it come to fruition, it's very easy to stick with. And remember, if you're interested in learning more about this stuff, check out Swedish Shred Secrets. I'll teach you how to do all these big runs. I'll teach you all the pedal tone licks. I'll teach you how to do those sweep picking licks. I'll teach you how to do those two-string arpeggios. And I'll teach you a bunch of etudes that tie all these techniques together together in a musical context. So that's Swedish Shred Secrets. You can bundle it with my other courses, Shred Like Ed and Effortless Shred. Check out the link below. All right, shredders, thank you for watching. Let me know if there's anything else you would like me to make. I'm happy to make a video on pedal tones or sweep picking or any other technique you can think of. As long as I know it, I'm more than happy to teach you how to do it. All right, thanks for watching. Do me a favor and check out one of these other videos.